All right, so let's set the scene here. Early January, in an NFL stadium, a little cold out, running down the left sideline. You see the end zone, maybe one backside block away from scoring a touchdown in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
Now fast forward to summer. Missed the spring. What would you tell Keelin in that moment, and what maybe is the biggest lesson you've learned since then?
Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
I'd definitely say that because, I mean, I played a lot in high school. Like, I was one of the guys that didn't really come off the field. And then coming to college, being one of the guys that was taking the backseat and learning from the older guys, that was like a big adjustment for me. So, like, you know, going to the workouts and stuff like that, like some days you get up and not want to do it. And like spring ball practice, a lot of guys don't be wanting to go to practice sometimes. Like it gets continuous or whatever, but like now that I missed spring ball, I definitely say like don't take it for granted because it was weird like sitting there watching everybody practice and it's like it's different knowing that you can't practice. Like that was the different thing for me. So I definitely say don't take it for granted.
How are you feeling now? I guess on that mental side, but also physically working your way back.
Mentally, I feel a lot better because at first it was hard, but I mean. I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I just took that time to really study the playbook and get bigger in the weight room as much as I could. So physically, I feel better now.
So how challenging was it for you then? Because we were out there at bowl practice. Obviously, you were going through stuff ahead of the bowl game and through that. And, like, maybe not all the way right, but, I mean, you're still lining up and winning reps against guys. I guess where's the mindset now and how's that rehab process going?
I've been looking at it like I've been hurt for a while. Like when we finally figured out like how bad the injury was, they ended up telling me it was like a injury that happens over time. It wasn't something that just happened.
Yeah.
So they was asking me like, when has anything ever happened to cause this? And the only thing I could think of was from like 4th grade. So it was kind of like the thought process was, well, if I did everything I did on one leg, basically.
It's got to instill some confidence, right?
It made me feel better once I looked at it like that, because it's like, now that I'm getting back healthy and I'll have both legs, that's what I've been thinking about. So that's what's been keeping me motivated, because it's been like, if I did all of this with a hurt leg, not knowing, but like a hurt leg, imagine what it would be like if I had both. So that's really been the motivation. Yeah,
I mean, if you there's some guy named Percy Harvin with the most receiving yards in VHSL history. I'm not sure. So talk about that, I guess, a little bit. I mean, you walk into any room or around the Commonwealth, in high school football ranks, that's a pretty massive record to hold. Career touchdowns, career receiving yards. But how do you sort of want to establish yourself beyond that and like be like, okay, I still got a lot left to prove?
I look at it like that was high school. Yeah. It's kind of like a clean slate now. Just like how I went from middle school to high school. It was like, okay, I got to start all the way over. Like little league, okay, I was good. Yeah. I got
on one leg.
On one leg. Middle school, I was good. Okay. Restart when I got to high school. So now it's like I proved myself at a high school level. So now it's time to prove myself at a college level. So in my head, I'm just trying to repeat this whole thing.
When you're going through, and like you said, you've been hurt for a while now, you've come to terms, you feel better mentally and physically, but who or what are you leaning on in those moments to sort of get you through, I guess, those tough moments? I mean, being injured is tough.
I mean, for me, it was really like my mom and then just like myself. Because this is like I was saying, like not taking it for granted. It was one of those situations where like I had to really just sit there and think. Like I had a talk with my mom, and she was just telling me like, everything happens for a reason. So she was just telling me like, okay, you might not be able to run the route, but that doesn't mean you can't watch and walk through the route. Or you might not be able to run the plays full speed, but that doesn't mean that you can't draw it up or something like she was helping me like see the more positive side of everything. And then with me just sitting there watching like, okay, yeah, she's right. I can't run full speed to do this, or I can't do that, but that doesn't mean I can't do this. So it kind of really her, and then just my mindset of like just trying to get better is what really helped me with it.
I was talking to Donovan Green yesterday, obviously someone who's dealt with injuries in the past, and he said he's spoken to you specifically, sort of trying to help you through that, give you the blueprint. Have you talked to him or anyone else, and have you been able to call on any of their experiences in this time?
Yeah, between him and Steve Gosnell and Benji, I've been talking to them mainly because, I mean, they've been through the same thing I've been through. Just really Benji, because he's still here, and talking to him, we had the same exact injury. So I've really been like talking to him a lot, And as far as DG, he was really just telling me, like, don't rush it.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the mindset that I ended up developing. Because at first it was kind of like, nah, I want to get back. Because it's like, it's kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
I missed all the hunger drills. I missed all of spring ball. I just started coming back really start of summer. And it's like, now I'm getting back in the groove of things. But it was like, at first I definitely was trying to rush it. But then, like, once I started realizing, I was like, it ain't no point. Because I'm going to just rush to come back and get hurt again. So really, it's just been talking to them, like kind of seeing what they did during their process to see like what I could do if it would work for me and things I shouldn't do. So that's what I say, yeah.
So you talk about, I mean, you saw Benji come back, have a good year last year, but it is, I guess, balancing that patience to come back, but also, you know, the year two, all the expectations. I know you have that August 31st date circled, but that urgency to come back. I guess, what's your mindset of trying to be patient, hit all the benchmarks, but also really pressing into fall camp when you'll probably start there in blue and just, I guess, progress through that? What is your mindset like as you get closer to that all the way back?
I really just try to take it one day at a time. I feel like if I can figure out one thing or two things I can do a day that improves me as like a person, a player, I feel like I'm getting better. So, I mean, over time, that's going to build up. Because if you think about it, like, if I do one day at a time from January when we first came back until now, that's a lot of days. So that's a whole different player from January to now. So that's really just how I've been trying to look at it. And if everything goes back planned, I'll come back and have a great season.
So it was a big offseason for you, dealing with everything. Big offseason for the team as well. And big elephant in the room, Tyler Bowen takes another job. What was your initial reaction when you heard that?
At first, I was surprised because it was kind of like, I don't remember what day of the week was, but it was like a random day of the week. And it just like, I had just opened Instagram, or no, I opened Twitter. And it was just like, as soon as I opened it, it was the first thing that popped up. And like, you know, it'd be a whole bunch of stuff going around the internet. So like, when I first seen it, I was like, And then I was like, it's probably just a little joke. And I scrolled, and then, you know, like Hokie Nation, they real supportive of the team. So when I scrolled, it was just another post. And I was like, okay, maybe this isn't fake. And then later that day, Pride announced to the team like he had taken another job and everything like that. So, I mean, at first I was surprised, but I mean, I feel like I said, everything happens for a reason. So between him and his family, if that's a better fit for him, and between us, if we needed what we needed. So, I mean, I feel like it worked out.
You talk about that. How was then the transition of Philip Montgomery coming in? I know you weren't there for spring, but you're obviously in all the meetings and the install. What has he shown in that new look?
I mean, I like his offense. It reminds me of like my high school offense. I feel like
decent high school team.
Yeah, you know, I feel like it reminds me of my high school offense. I mean, like Bowen had a good playbook. I feel like it just came down to like the play calling sometimes. I feel like that's kind of what held us back a little bit because we had the plays. I just feel like we didn't utilize the plays that we had.
Yeah.
And with Coach Mon, I feel like the plays that we have now it's kind of the same thing, but I feel like his play calling is what's getting the team better.
Yeah.
I feel like he's putting us in better situations and better positions to go be ball players.
So you also talk about a new staff position. Very prudent to you, strength and conditioning, obviously, this offseason. Jared Ferguson, I know he was on the staff last year. But what have you seen, obviously this summer has been a lot for you trying to work back, but what have you seen from him, just early expectations from him?
He hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Like when I first got here, like, yeah, he's been here. And it was kind of like, when I first got here, you kind of could see like what coaches did what as far as like strength and conditioning. And it was kind of like, all the players kind of had a thing where it was like, yeah, I'm in Ferg's group today. And it would be like, oh, man, good luck, bro. Like, we kind of knew, like, Ferg was like a go-hard type coach. But, like, now that he's controlling the whole thing, I feel like it's been better for the team. Like, this is, I mean, I know a whole bunch of guys on the team feel the same way. This is probably the closest the team has ever been. Yeah. And it's just like, it's good.
Do you think that kind of comes from him?
Yeah, I feel like it started with him because it's like, he's been telling us, like, it's only going to be us. Like, he was like, when we in that fourth quarter, 2 minutes, and is we all tired, he was like, you can't look at your mom and be like, Mom, help. Your mom not going to come on the field to help you. He was like, you got to look at the person to your right and left and know that they got your back, so you got to have theirs. So I feel like that's what's really brought the team so close together. And then mixing that, like that mentality with the crazy workouts that we've been doing, I feel like that's what brought us together because it's like, we all going through the same hard thing together. So it's like we looking at each other like, I got your back, you got mine, and it's just brought us closer together.
Okay, now I'll throw it to you. How does a group like that get so close, especially in the wide receiver room? You bring in Cam Seldon, Isaiah Spencer, Donovan Green. You got new guys, Snook, Micah, all those guys. How do you lead that, and how does that group get so close when it seems like it's a revolving door? You lose the 4 veterans from last year, and you say this group's closer. What have you done to do that, and how do you see that group coming together?
I feel like it's just bonding. It's really just getting to know one another, really, because it would be like we can be in a meeting going over plays, but then it's like, say somebody don't understand something, or like you can see that somebody's struggling with something. It's just offering help, like, okay, I can come back in, we can run over the routes. I can come back in, we can watch the film, like stuff like that, and just that little bonding, like one-on-one time, or just sometimes the receivers, we'll just all get together and just do something.
Yeah.
Like we'll just go bowling or something, just so like we all together. But it's like, I feel like it's spread between the rooms, and that's what brings the team closer. Because last year it was like that. It was like every position group was together.
But
and
not
then,
the whole team.
Yeah, it would be like, of course it would be some people, because people got roommates, so it might be like a receiver that stays with a DB. That's the only reason that they were close. Because last year it felt like the defense didn't talk to offense, and all
Really?
the same other way around. But it's like this year it's like the offense talking with defense, defense talking with offense. Everybody's closer, like together. It's not more like small little cliques. It's like everybody is one big group.
How does Coach Mines foster that on a wide receiver scale? But then I guess Coach Pry, even this summer, doing all the brotherhood and bonding events and kind of putting you guys in different pods. Like, what stood out in those circles, I guess?
Well, as far as Coach Mines, in our meeting room, we had like the front row. So Mines puts like his most trusted and the guys that know what to do, like the guys that's doing the right things. He puts those people on the front row. So last year I was on the second row. So this year, coming in January, he moved me to the front row. So it's like a bigger step in the leadership.
Yeah.
It shows me that I've been doing the right thing, and like I just need to stay on track. But it also gives me the role, like, okay, now I know, because he tells everybody in the room, like every meeting he'll be like, if you guys need help, I would basically live with the guys in the front row. Like he was like, anytime they coming up to get extra work, I'm calling them like, yo, can I go with you?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's how Mines made the receiver group so close, because when the coaches aren't here, when they on their little vacation breaks and stuff like that, like in this player-led stuff, that's when it really comes to show, because it'll be like, okay, like when Snook came in, I know Snook, it was going to be different for him, because it was different for me. Like you going from high school to college, whole different playbook, like everything. So it's like, I try my best to be there for them, just like the guys last year were for me, and then just keep it rolling.
How important is that work? I know we're right around the corner from fall camp, so I guess all that work's done now. But how important was that period to get everyone out there with very limited coaches? Like you said, sometimes no coaches not being there, but to be player-driven and say, like, look, it's only going to be us, like you touched on. How important was that, and what did you see from the guys in that time?
I feel like that was the most important part, because it's like, we have a different mindset as a team this year.
Yeah.
And it's like, as one of the players that haven't practiced technically, but being there watching the practice, I can see the difference between last year. As like last year being in practices, it would be like around this time when the coaches aren't here, it would be like sluggish, people slacking off. We might mess up a play, they'll be like, okay, next play, like we were doing workouts just to get through the workouts.
Go through the motions.
But it's like this year, it's like somebody mess up a play, we stopping the whole practice, we lining everything back up, like really identifying the problem and figuring out how to fix it. And then we're making it known that it's like, everybody kind of put their pride to the side. Like, Mines always tell us, like, we have a sheet of like list of rules. It's not really rules, but it's like reminders of the room. And one of the things is, I'm not attacking you, I'm attacking the problem. So once we kind of got that mindset, it makes more sense, because it's like, yeah, you might have messed up, you might get yelled at, but it's like, he's only yelling out of frustration because it's like, he wants better for you.
Yeah.
So it's like, once we got that through our head, it was like, okay, it spread through on the team. So it's like, now when somebody messed up, we're not looking at it like, oh yeah, he messed up. We're looking at it like, okay, well, if he messed up, that means that rest of us shouldn't, because he already made a mistake for all of us.
Yeah.
And it's just helping us get better quicker.
So looking on the other side of the ball, obviously, I'm thinking, as I'm about to ask this, Knowledge Harrell, obviously former high school teammate. I know you guys used to go at it, but who's a DB who is on the roster that every time you line up against him, you're going to get his best, or just every time is always a tough matchup?
Since I've been here, it's been Josh Clark.
Yeah.
It's definitely, I feel like that was like the freshman battle that we had. And like, we both end up getting hurt, but it's like when we both get back healthy and come back, we know it's just going to continue. Because we stayed together, we were roommates, and when we first moved in, so it really helped, like, it really fueled that competition.
Because you go home every day, you're
yeah, because it's like, it would be funny, like, we would do, like, one-on-ones or something in practice, and he might get me. And then, like, we had to go back to the dorm, and the whole rest of the day, I would have to sit there and look at him and think, like, you beat me in the rep today. And then, like, the next day, I would get him back, and it would just keep going. So I feel like that's what, he's probably the one that, like, really made me better, and I feel like I made him better. So, yeah, I'd probably say JC.
Outside of getting all the way back healthy, what's the biggest thing you're looking to work on into fall camp?
Consistency. I feel like last year, as far as practice, I had days where I would go out and have, like, a really good practice, and then I would go out the next day and have 12 MAs. So it's like I would try and figure out, like, a balance on how to be consistent. So I feel like that's the biggest thing I've been trying to work on now is just going out and give them all every day.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, that 1% every day, like taking it one day at a time. I feel like if I can get better every day and stay consistent with that, I can keep building on that.
What was the biggest adjustment when you got to college ball? You talked about last year, taking Snook under your wing, especially, like, there's just so many changes. What was the one thing where it was like, okay, I was kind of the man in high school, but you got to this level and you're like, wow.
I would say not playing. That was probably the biggest thing. Besides, I would say playbook, but I mean, I kind of seen the playbook one coming. But I'd definitely say, like, not playing at first. That was probably the biggest adjustment. Like, it was weird because it's like I've always been, like, the best player or one of the best players on the team since I was younger. So it's like going from Little League, being the best, like one of the best, going to middle school, being one of the best, and then started as a freshman in high school, and then started all 4 years, and then being, like, to end up having the career that I had in high school, to go to college, I'm like, you know, it's like I was on, like the high tide. Like, I'm thinking, like, okay, I did this, now I'm trying to do it again. And then getting here and not, it was kind of like
had a couple guys in front of you, though.
Yeah, it was kind of like a shock. Level. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I seen it, it's like, that's how I was trying to look at it, but it was just like, it was just a weird feeling with myself because it would just be like, I'm really not playing. Like, it was one of those weird things where I would sit there and be like, I haven't been on the field all game. Like, this is weird. Like, but then, like, after a while, that's when the mind switch changed, and it was more like, okay, well, if I'm not going to play, I might as well take something from all of them to make myself better for next year because I know next year I'm going to. So that's kind of what I try to do.
Then with that, how exciting was the bowl game, though? Knowing kind of the play, like, okay, I am going to play a lot now. And then obviously you have the catch, you had the big run down the sideline, played a bunch of snaps. What was that like to finally, I guess, pay it off there at the end?
It was fun. At first, like, mine was telling me, like, the whole week because we had put the play in for me. Yeah. And, like, we was in the team meeting. Well, no, we was in the little position meeting going over the plays. And when the personnel came up for it, he was like, look, don't mess it up. And it was like the first joke, and we was just laughing. But like as the week went on, like before every practice, we would run the play just so like we can get used to it. And every time we was about to run it, he would be like, don't mess it up. So then like before the actual game started, that's when he had told me, he was like, don't be nervous, just go out there and
just don't mess it up.
Yeah, he was like, he said in a joking way, but he was like, you know, don't be nervous, you know, just go out there and do what got you here. Like, don't think too hard. Whatever you do, just do it full speed. He was like, we can coach the mistakes. Yeah. Because he was like, even if you mess up, we can't sit here and tell you like, we're going to get it after the game. Yeah. Just go out there, whatever you do, do it full speed. It'll probably work out. And then the run came. I was hurt because it was like I was running and I really thought I was about to score because I couldn't, like the angle that I had, it was like Benji was here and the guy was behind him. So while I'm running, all I see is Ali down the field blocking. I'm like, dang, I'm really about to score. Like, that's what made me realize I was like, it is like high school. Like once that's where I like the confidence came in. Like once I got in the game, no, I'm lying. When AG hurdled, I don't know who it was. When AG hurdled, bro, on like the little bubble, that's when I realized I was like, yeah, this is like high school. Yeah. I'm not nervous no more. Like after that, I was just playing the game. Then I thought I was gonna score, and the next thing I know, I looked over, I was in the air. I said, yeah, it's not good.
Oh, man. So I guess with that, making it feel like high school, what makes you different as a receiver? Do you look at like any NFL guys you pull any moves or traits from them? But like, what do you think makes you stand out in that sense?
I feel like I'm a versatile receiver. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I showed it in high school, but I feel like as far as practice is where I really showed it in college, because I mean, in high school it was like there was times where I was at quarterback. I don't know how I ended up there, but it was more just getting the ball in my hands. Like I feel like I can play any of the receiver spots. So it's like here in college, I still feel the same way. So it's like I can go in the slot and go against safeties, linebackers. I can go outside and go against corners. Like I feel like I'm a versatile receiver, and I feel like that's what really helped me, because it's like if you need me to go here, I can do it, and you won't have to second think like, I don't know if you can do it. I feel like that's what really helps me.
A couple more. In this era of college football, it's more and more prevalent to see really highly recruited guys go into a place, face a little bit of adversity, like you said. You have 4 guys ahead of you, and really quickly want to go and look for an exit door. And, I mean, there's suitors after every corner. Injury, no injury. What does it mean for you to just, and like it's almost a foreign concept to say, like, stick it out after your second year, but, I mean, in the era, what does it mean for you, I guess, to stick here, and what stands out about it and, like, that mindset?
I mean, I came because of pride and what he had, what he was trying to make. And I feel like since I've been here, we've just been growing in that direction. So I don't really see a point in leaving, especially when it's like I'm learning, I'm developing. You know, I'm taking my time, but at the same time, I'm developing, like, one day at a time. So I don't really see a point in leaving, because, I mean, what would I be leaving for? I would just be in the same situation whatever school I went to, especially now since I had the injury. Like, even if I left with him, I'm in the same boat. So it's like, why not stay here with guys that I'm already close with, coaches that I'm already close with, and coaches that believe in me already, that know what I can do. I feel like it's the best option.
Real. All right, last one. We're in late November. What do you want people to be talking about Keelin, Brodie, Adams when they see you hit the field? Or what are they going to expect to see?
That I never fell off. I mean, I feel like the world hasn't seen me since probably the bowl game, but the world hasn't seen me since high school. So it's like, I want to go out and see that, like, I never fell off. Like, if anything, I only got better. So I feel like that's the biggest thing, because it just shows, like, the whole time that I wasn't being seen, it just shows I was working the whole time. So that's probably what I would say.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.